Hello everybody, today this is going to be sort of a raw video, just me spewing out knowledge and other tidbits from my brain, I guess, and my heart, just to make sure that, this is kind of like an update on where I am so far mentally, and this is also, the title of the video really explains it. This is a video that is meant to explain a personal issue that I've dealt with for many months, even years. So this one's about loving yourself, because loving yourself is important. Anyway, during these past few months of coronavirus, we've all been locked in. We've all had to deal with quarantine. Some of us had to deal with isolation more than others, and it can be a drag. It really is a drag, and some people are able to make something out of it, whether it's playing music or I don't know, like doing gardening, making their own movies. Actually, yeah, there was this couple of other filmmakers, 922 Film something, like 5-Minute Film School. They've made a film while in quarantine, and some other guy too. His name is Joel Haver. I can send links in the description for those two guys that are able to do these fantastic projects just by themselves, really, and they accomplished that because they had the confidence to do it, and they had the courage and drive to push forth and make it happen. Anyway, back on topic, right? I remember having a conversation with a good friend of mine, and he told me that something like, if you just worry too much all the time, and if you keep doubting yourself, obviously the love is never going to come, and you shouldn't put yourself on a pedestal too early, something like that. And you gotta just respect and love yourself for who you are, and then all these elements of your success or whatever goals you have in life will piece together. It's something similar to how my mother says about the law of attraction, something about how positive thoughts and positive moods can lead to positive results and positive experiences. Same thing goes towards the negative energy. It's kind of like but you need to have a balance of those two. Maybe it's a yin-yang thing, maybe it's something else, but I totally agree with having a balance of the darks with the bright side of your personality. Sometimes I would get jealous. Sometimes I would get kind of obsessed with what I have to do. Sometimes I feel like no one really cares about me, or like I feel too alone, or like I can't pick up a phone, and whenever I try to have a conversation, I hope that the phone will go only to voicemail and not the person on the other end, because I just don't really know what to say at times. And I could be in a better position right now. We all can, and I could be, just chilling at the beach or swimming, or like playing baseball. I don't play baseball, sorry. Soccer, go to eat pizza, cafes, all that places that you can go to where you have fun with friends. And I've done some of that from time to time, but other times I purposely don't just go out and hang out with buddies of mine, because sometimes I just like being an introvert. Sometimes I like the qualities of being alone, which is a contradiction at times with what I truly feel, which is that I can't be alone forever. Why do we feel loneliness? I saw this one video from Vox about how we, as a species, feel loneliness as a way to convince us, as a way to push us forward into finding social groups. So it's kind of like when you're out low on food in your body, you feel hunger. That totally applies to when you feel lonely, or when you have no people around, you feel lonely. It makes a lot of sense to me now. So I'm hungry for companionship, if it's that sort of case, really. I just really wish my relationships just with others could be more stronger, could be more frequent. And I'm working on that. or maybe other times I just splat out bullshit and worry too much, and maybe that's what I'm doing in front of this camera right now. But I'm trying to make something out of my situation, and I'm pretty sure at some point all you guys need to hear this. So just no matter what kinds of cruelties are there in the world, there's always a chance to pick yourself up and move on, because the worst option that you can take as a human being when it comes to controlling your emotions, solving those emotions, is suicide. I'll be straight on with you. Suicide is never the place to go. Never. That's always the worst option, and there's always alternatives. There's always ways to cope, especially with our modern technology and our modern understanding of psychology. We've made great strides. I should know. I just really feel like I'm making myself in a tortured kind of demeanor. I'm making it feel I'm my worst enemy, and easily if I start having the mindset where I'm not letting myself stop myself from being with others, besides this coronavirus and this lockdown that we're in, if I just go out and think about, sometimes your old friends are going to abandon you, and it's going to be tough to make new friends, but a friend is a friend to the end. Those are the good friends, and it's better to have new friends, even if you're starting college and all your old friends from your previous school years are just done with you. It's better to have some friends than none of all at all. I'm sorry about my English today, but it's kind of like this saying where it's for people like me with a mental disorder, autism actually. We kind of tend, and also as introverts, we kind of tend to like very close personal groups of people that we could have good conversations with, that we can be intimate with, like these close circle of intimate friends, better than just this whole fleet of just regular acquaintances or just surface level friends. And that's how I feel. I would rather have a small group than just a larger fleet of friends. Like but it's starting to happen like that even physically due to social media outlets like Facebook and Instagram. They are brainwashing us and monitoring what we do and what we decide and what we watch and what we read on these platforms. And due to the psychology of having as many friends as possible, because some Facebook pages would have 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 friends, these people out there could get kind of jarring, and you don't really know out of all those 3,000 friends you have on Facebook which ones are closer to you and which ones are just kind of to this level of pedestrian or like strangers. It can be tough to really figure that out. My psychology is kind of weird. I'm like a walking contradiction. Maybe that's why I put that as the title of my little up and coming production company, because it kind of explains me. This is pretty much like a rant right now, and I apologize for that if my brain feels a bit scattered. I could be a scatterbrain at times, and I'll admit it like that. But hopefully, once, not just when the coronavirus clears, but once my psychology and my obstacles within myself clears, I can just say, I don't give a fuck, and just be around people. And it's a gradual process, of course, making new friendships, but I can just be around people in my college or in my area. When I go on film sets and meet up with others, it's good just to take a chance than not take a chance at all. That's what I would say. Anyway, I know this video was a bit long and a bit of a slow burn, you might say, but I just want to let all my emotions and all my testimony out, I guess you would might say, just to show you who I really am. And we will recover from this pandemic and these disastrous results of now. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. I'm optimistic about that. When there's a will, there's a way, right? And anyway, you all have a good day now, and I'll catch you all later. And as I would say, have a nice day, stay safe, and take care of yourself. Goodbye, guys.